doing well. Probably gonna try finishing everything tonight. Um, but yeah, what was I gonna say? As usual, don't get too much traction playing this game, so I'm just gonna listen to Mr. Medicare rant about Sargon of Akkad.
Did that come out afterwards?
Well, who told you it was a bad idea, though? I told you that's how it was going to play out, and you were so convinced. I was like, "Go for it," because it's just a terrible idea.
Right.
Yeah, a little backstory. So back during the adpocalypse, I got a message from Sergen, and he wanted to talk to me on Skype. So I went on to Skype to see what it was that Sergen wanted, and he sat me down.
455.
And he pitched me probably the most retarded idea I've ever heard. Jim, you don't understand. Google is the victim. All these ad companies are bullying Google. Google really is on our side. So why don't we all together pool? There was a couple aspects to this. Why don't we pool our money together and buy advertisements in newspapers and on billboards to tell people that we, the YouTubers, support Google?
Oh my god.
And we'll make videos saying that we support Google.
Sargon.
Because if we do this,
you are
Google
so
will give us our money back.
Sargon.
Because we're kind of a big deal. We're YouTubers. And if they have our support, they'll get rid of all that hate speech shit, and they'll stop flagging our videos, and we'll get all that sweet ad revenue.
Oh my god,
And I
dude.
told Sargon at the time, that is fucking retarded beyond measure. But he was very convinced that this was how he was going to save, YouTube and Google itself. And nothing ever happened with that. You could see with the divorce stuff and all the leaked internal memos that Google doesn't care about a couple of YouTubers.
Right.
They're doing their own shit. They've got their own corporate culture. And advertising companies aren't going to bend a knee because some people that talk about feminists on YouTube said, "We love you, Google. We love you. Please give us our money back." Oh, I don't want to be in the poorhouse, Google. Please put the ads back. I want to be your friend. Now you might be thinking, "Oh, that is a fucking stupid idea." But Sargon, he has a lot of big-brained ideas. I just don't think you can comprehend it. Get Donald Trump to tweet about Gamergate. Tell Google that we love them and that we want to be their bestest friend on the internet. Oh, there was also this one. There was also this sick one. Hey, 4chaners, you're going to love it. Sargon is an idea guy, and he's got an idea for you.
Like 4chan guys, you could be like, if you need ideas, I've got lots of ideas. I could easily concoct a scheme to get you guys international coverage and to bring the problem of communist.
What do you mean?
She's level 91? What?
Okay, okay, how about this? So say tomorrow, Monday morning, 20 university campuses. Outside of the sort of George Ciccariello-Mar types, dreaming for a white genocide.
Just casually hanging out.
Yes.
Imagine, on their doors to their offices was a picture of Joe McCarthy.
That's some pretty smart thinking. I don't know about you guys, but I think we can all smugly chuckle at the idea of owning those communist libs on the college campuses. Teaching them a real lesson by hashtagging the shit out of them. Nothing screams "don't fuck with me" like a little hashtag activism. That conversation he had with Millennial Wolves was not just that portion. He had a lot of great ideas. See if you can count the dead silence in between what he says and Millennial Wolves trying to process what the fuck he just heard. Again, big brain thinking. Try not to emulate this. You might hurt yourself.
The thing is, the alt-right can gain everything they want using social justice.
What?
Right.
Sargon.
There's a little bit of silence there. No, trust me, guys. If you want to win this culture war thing you're all doing, you need to be the SJWs. I'm totally serious about you, Chuckles. You need to be the SJWs. And then call those fucking libs commies. And we'll hashtag that shit. There's a lot of really smart thinking going on in that particular stream. Lots of really great big ideas. I like how he pitched it too when he was talking to Millennial. He said, how did he explain it? he tried to, compare it to automobiles. He said, listen, you're trying to drive to your goal. Does it really matter what car you take to get there? Who cares if it's alt-right politics? What if you took the SJW Subaru instead? Trust me on this, guys. If you become the SJWs, you're totally going to win. And I'm not saying that, Smugly Chuckles, to make it easier to dunk on you. You know, it's almost like Sargon can't handle the alt-right, or people right-leaning, conservatives who make fun of him, because all the rhetoric he has is aimed at SJWs. So it kind of seems like maybe he went on that stream with Millennial Woes to try to sell him some bullshit and get him to be an SJW. So Sargon could then use the same tired bullshit he uses day in and day out on fat, blue-haired feminists, and it would work. Rather than trying it on people who just say, you're not as smart as you think you are, Carl. I don't know. That's just it's a hunch. Call it a hunch. Listen to a little more of the big-brained idea here where he's talking about how Trump is totally going to. It's just going to, he's just going to change the world by hashtag tweeting Gamergate. Oh, I can't compete with this. Oh, here it is. I think this is right. This is the right one where he explains how the plan itself will work.
You're not actually right at all. We need to be completely honest about what we've got in this now. But I think we can be, and I think it will have
Oh, the car hit him
result of
though. That would have
freaking them
been
out.
so cool.
And I think it would just be a funny ass thing to do.
So, how do you propose to? I guess what I'm getting, I don't know. Maybe it's how do you propose to make it happen? Like, what are you gonna do to make it happen? What are you trying to tell other people to do?
Yeah, this is another thing, right? So the way things happen is someone listen. You have to understand. Get
Networking, basically. Yeah.
It is networking, yeah. I don't really like it. I would prefer it if everyone had a public email, like I do, but they don't. A lot of people keep their contact details secret. That's they have to go through agents and things like this. But what I'll try and do is talk to people and try and get emails for people and try and get them to pay attention to a cultural phenomenon. But there needs to be a cultural phenomenon, and that's why I need you guys.
I don't know if you caught his master plan here, but let me try to sum it up for you. Sargon wants to get Donald Trump to tweet about Gamergate, and his part of the plan is he's going to email some people and say, "Hey, look at that." And our part of the plan, because he said you guys, our part of the plan is doing all the legwork. It's difficult for somebody with a big brain to be able to walk around. It's a lot of weight on your spine, on your shoulders, on your neck. You gotta relax. Sargon needs to sit down. He needs to have his head supported so that beautiful melon of his doesn't get damaged. And us grunts, us little people, those beneath him, we can go do the legwork. What's
get a meal
important
real
here
quick.
is Sargon gets the credit, because the smart people always deserve to get the credit. Let's listen a little more. Let's hear more of the big brain scheme.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Your plan is 90% us doing the legwork and 10% you sending out emails.
No.
そんなもの買わん。
What if I misheard that? How does this? What's the
Well,
breakdown?
I'm not going to explain it to you, Jim, you're just wrong. So,
Oh, let's add another Sargonism
いらっしゃいませ。
onto the list, shall we, chat? Where are we? We're at number 4, Smugly Chuckles. Let's add number 5. Number 5 is, if you repeat what he just said to you, he will say, no, you're wrong. So if you catch Sargon doing something stupid, and you nearly literally word for word repeat it to him, or just sum it up and say it back to him, he will respond by saying, I'm not going to explain it to you. You're wrong. But I think we clearly heard that. Sargon said, I'm going to email some people, but you guys need to create the cultural phenomena that I'm going to have them look at. I don't know, that seems like a 10% him, 90% everybody else thing. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on this, but let's put that down as number 5.
what do you reckon?
You just literally said I'll email people to get them to pay attention to a cultural phenomenon, and then you guys.
That's one thing I will do. That's one
Okay,
thing.
well, fill us in on the rest of this 20 plan.
Well, I don't think I should, given this is a live stream.
Okay.
Oh, now you're taking my advice. That's good.
I think it was good advice, don't you?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, well, I'll take it. Thanks.
I did think.
I should probably back it up and try to find the timestamp for that. But Sargon was like, we're gonna super troll those fucking dirty libs. We're gonna teach them a lesson. The SJWs are gonna know not to fuck with the stepfather. We're gonna get Trump to talk about Gamergate. But the problem was that he said, you don't know any. I can't do a Sargon voice. You'll have to forgive me. But essentially, what he said was he knew people in the know. He knew people that knew Trump. And that basically this would all happen if everybody just went along with it. And, you know, my counter to that was, do you think it's a good idea to go on a live stream with like 7,000 people on and tell them your super secret fucking plan? Because doesn't that kind of fuck you over? And now later on he's like, oh yeah, maybe that wasn't the most brilliant of ideas. But we've got so, God, there's so much to this. There's so many fucking things to this. It's hard to pick and choose. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me set the rules. Talking about pick a better picture for this. There we go. Now, just so you're aware, this lovely piece of art was made by Jade. I had to Photoshop it because she wasn't wearing green shorts in this picture, and I don't think YouTube's gonna let me show a giant trans cock on stream, so I put some shorts on. You're welcome, chat. But that, I think, sets the mood for our Gamergate discussion. Now, where were we here? HDRTU. If we start measuring numbers of meters and Sargons, how many will be one Sargon? Well, one Sargon is sitting at about 1,500 right now. Sargon stock is going down. Sargon did a stream with 1,500 people when Ralph was doing a stream with like 8,000. Sargon stock has fallen quite a bit. Very sad. Commissary's order. Hey Jim, what if Sargoon is actually a crypto-Marxist that is trying to undermine both UKIP and Trump? Well, if you listen to that conversation he had with Millennial Woes, it almost seems like Sargon thinks he can use different groups and movements for his own benefit. Almost like he co-ops things. God, what other group do I know of that co-ops and undermines things, that's subversive when they go in there? I just can't think of anything. Can't think of anything off the top of my head. So we've got Sargon pitching his brilliant idea. Get Trump to talk about it. And, you know, it was mostly stunned silence after he left. A lot of people couldn't really wrap their head around what the fuck this guy is going on. Now, much like he did with Richard Spencer, right? Where after Richard had said, you're not as smart as you think you are, Sargon. He immediately ran and did his own separate stream. He told people, oh God, I'm so sleepy, I'm so tired. Remember, that's Sargonism number 2. But immediately after saying that, he went and did a stream. And he talked about how he totally owned that Spencer fund. Well, after this one, he went and did a stream. Because a lot of people were confused. Is this a troll? Is this Sargon's attempt at trolling? Because it was fucking retarded. It was like an hour of him stumbling over a really dumb idea.
This cold, dude. I love it.
Would come up with. Well, Sargon wanted to clear the air, so he wanted to do his own live stream. Let me pull that up. We'll listen to a little bit of that.
Oh, they're all protecting Kiryu, dude. Oh, that's so sweet, man.
Answering Killstream comments. I don't know if I have time codes on this, but you get the basic idea. Now, one thing I do want to mention, we take this picture off screen. Too much of it will make your eyes fall out. There we go. We'll put that one back up. That's right. Bottom text. Bottom text, motherfucker. Alright. Now, one thing I should mention, in regards to Sargon's brilliant idea, and one thing that makes me think it's not a troll at all, is I was messaged privately on social media by one of his capos. Now, my stepfather has many capos, and I can't put it out there which capo it was, because he gets very upset if you ever put out a private message. But he basically said to me, we're going to do Gamergate 2, and we need your help. Would you call me to talk over the details?
We're gonna do Gamergate 2. They're gonna AstroTurf Gamergate.
And I sure as fuck am not gonna call somebody on the phone to talk about it. But this was like a month and a half before Sargon pitched this out. So it makes me think that this is something they've been really working towards. This is a big idea. Now that's why I keep referring to it as Gamergate 2, not just getting Trump to epic own the libs. No. They want a full-fledged movement. Now, Zidane, I believe it was, on the kill stream and speculated that Sargon wanted to do this because his popularity expansion. He said your numbers are starting to decline. People are making fun of you. You're not this untouchable giant on YouTube anymore. Back during Gamergate, you had a lot of growth. You were a pretty big deal. Are you trying to resurrect Gamergate to get on top again? Or are you trying to use it to make yourself relevant again? And of course he said, no, not at all. But, you know, that's fair speculation. It's fair speculation. Because you're going to see some other people that are on tough times right now thinking this would be a brilliant idea to jump on. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. So let's listen to a little bit of Sargon's live stream immediately after he left the kill stream to explain to people why this is also brilliant.
Come after my kill stream live. For those of you who don't know what kill stream is or Ethan Ralph is, he has the #1 streaming news show on YouTube. He's doing really, really well. So you can.
Now, did you catch that? Again, I love this. You know, when he initially did his Hello Jim stream, and I did Goodbye Carl, you know, before that, kind of leading up to it, I'd been poking him. Because I know that numbers do bother him. He really doesn't like it. He doesn't like it when somebody pulls in more stream viewers than him. Now, when I absolutely blew his ass out of the fucking water with 30,000 people watching me laugh at how retarded he was, I know that bothers him. But you know what probably really pisses me off? Is the fact that Ethan Ralph of the Ralph Report has the #1 news stream on YouTube. That's a kill stream. You can watch that on weeknights. And Sargon had to go there. Again, I cannot emphasize this enough. Because his ass could not draw a crowd to save his fucking life. It's like between 1,500 on one of his smaller channels to maybe 8,000 or 9,000 if he's lucky on his main channel of nearly 800 or like 800 or 900,000 subscribers. So he had to humble himself and go to Rel and try to use that audience. This plays back to what I said earlier when you look at the stuff he said to Woes, when he said to Ralph, to other people. He tries to use other people to do his dirty work for him. That's why they call him the stepfather. And that's why they call all those around him capitals. So, I wanted to point that out so, in case anybody missed it.
One of the points that I started is pointing out that if the main thing that I'm on the I've noticed the preponderance of time produce about Gamergate still. In fact, the most recent one was with Mark Judd. No, the second one was with Mark Judd.
Oh my god.
Who was the champion for being in the room with Kavanaugh, because Mark Judd, while they were regularly touching up, because Mark Judge has written 2 pieces in defense of Gamergate.
Another thing I'd like to talk talking about Gamergate. You know, in fact, I'm going to talk about it. It's the notion of leadership. Now, this is one thing I've always been really confused when it comes to Carl and Gamergate. In our Louis Lavoie stream, however the fuck you pronounce that guy's name, Carl had pointed out and said, Jim, you should have been the leader. You didn't want to step up to the mantle of leadership in Gamergate. But he seems to have a fundamental misunderstanding of the fact that Gamergate as it existed didn't have leadership. It was just a bunch of fucking people. Just a bunch of people doing autistic shit on the internet. But Carl seems to think that it should have had leadership. So isn't it very interesting that now that we're looking at his new bright big idea, getting Donald Trump to tweet out #Gamergate, Carl wants to jump in there and just he wants to coordinate it. He actually said that it would vindicate Gamergate, and through that vindicate him, I guess. By making Gamergate a big deal, Carl could step forward and he could grab that mantle, take up that leadership. But it's an interesting tell in regards to him on what he really thought of what Gamergate was. That he thinks there should have been leaders. And that he seemingly wants to resurrect it to lead it now. I don't know if he's like Dr. Frankenstein, He wants to dig the fucking corpse up and reanimate it with a little bit of shit posting, and then have it go chase the villagers for his amusement. So that seemingly is where we're at.
私は
But back to the stream. Back to the stream. This is a few things. We'll try to find. We've got a few other things lined up too in regards to this.
You know, just like in the meeting.
目障りだ
This is genuinely amazing. I just can't get over it. Like how Gamergate has arrived, like it directly tied
Oh,
to
right.
international
Forgot about that.
news stories. The one of incredible. So there. The connection between Black Hammer Hose and Gamergate.
And this is another interesting thing. So he sees a couple of things on it. Because apparently one of Kavanaugh's friends was a supporter of Gamergate. I think this is what gave him this great idea. And he thought, oh my god, they're talking about that. So all that means we have to do is get them to talk about it. I don't know how Trump tweeting out Gamergate is going to really save the West. But he's fucking convinced. I probably should have timed this. It's an hour-long stream. I'm not going to punish you with that. But I'll try to sum it up. He is serious. Now, we tried to go on to talk about that more in depth later on, but he tried to play it off like, well, maybe I'm having. No, he's not. He really thinks this. He did. Okay, this is one thing you need to. This is going to be Sargonism number. What are we at, Chad? Is it number 6 or 7? God, I've already lost track. Actually, I've got 2 for you. I'll let you catch up. I know there's a bit of
Forgot
delay.
to use pound mates.
Is it Sargonism number 6 would be on or number 7? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of 6s. Okay. So this is Sargonism number 6. Anytime he talks to somebody important, he gets even more arrogant and recharges his dopamine levels. So, no sane person would ever put forward an idea this fucking stupid. But because he had an interview with Bannon just a few days prior, he thinks he's re-energized. He got that ultra dose of soy. So he's all energized. He's fucking hyped. His ego got to that. So he's gonna go pitch a stupid idea. Now, Sargonism number 7 would be the tail end of that. See, his dopamine levels decrease once you just laugh at him for being an idiot, and you don't care that he talked to somebody else. This happened. This happened with the UKIP thing. I'd like this all starts. I don't know how to explain it. This all starts with Richard Spencer telling him he's stupid, and then it continues with me telling him he looks like an idiot in a suit, even though he talked to all these people in the EU Parliament, and that decreased his soy levels. So he went quiet for a little while. He wanted to quit everything. But then Bannon talked to him, and here he is, immediately back to tell everybody, I have a brilliant idea. Let's resurrect a dead hashtag. Now, I guarantee you, if people laugh at him continually, and they have been, a lot of people have been laughing at him for this. He's gonna fade away until somebody else looks his way and he gets re-energized. So that's number 6 and 7. Talking to somebody important makes him feel important. Charges those soy levels up. Getting laughed at for being a retard, regardless of who he talks to, decreases those soy levels and makes him go into hibernation. So, but he is very serious about it. Now, if it couldn't get any stupider, Sargon had made a comment that he thought it would be super based, like we're talking epic levels of trolling and shit. If he could get Monday Matt to go on to Tucker Carlson to talk about Gamergate. See, he's a multi-strategy kind of guy. If only Hitler had him during the war, he would have won it single-handedly.
Sargon wants to be relevant so bad.
I can handle it. We're not just going to get Trump to talk about Gamergate. We're going to get Monday Matt on Tucker Carlson to talk about it. To get Donald Trump to talk about Gamergate. Now, you would think, okay, well, what's Monday Matt's reaction to this going to be? Let's say that Sargon just wants to feed that ego and be a leader, get attention from Gamergate once again. What would Matt do in this situation? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go.
I believe in Donald Trump.
yeah. Matt is fucking down for this. I'm gonna play that one more time. Because I think that might be so retarded. You need to really take it in.
The reason Donald Trump got elected. Trigger the libs, own the libs.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but it was those based Kekarinos that got Donald Trump into the White House. Now, Matt, of course, is a liberal. He hates Donald Trump. But he wants to trigger the libs, own the libs. These people, what planet are the skeptics from? What fucking universe do these people exist in? Now, chat, would you like to see Monday Matt's very gracious acceptance of Sargon's plan? Should we watch the video where Monday Matt talks about how he's going to trigger the libs and own the libs? Would you like to see that? Would you lib status own chat? You're right. They're getting fucking wrecked by the Boulder King, the Quarry King, Minecraft Matt. Should we pull it up? Should we pull it up and see how gung ho he is about resurrecting a Gamergate? Okay, let me get this for you. Let me set the mood for how would this go if Monday Matt ended up on Tucker Carlson. Well, probably like this. This is probably exactly how this would turn out. I don't know. I don't know. That's the face Tucker would be making, is this fat retard and sitting there talking about a dead hashtag from half a decade ago. But I'll pull the video up. I'll pull the video up so he can trigger the libs. Own the libs. Okay, now that's his apology talk. That's his apology. That's a long overdue talk from Monday Matt.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Did he pull it down in embarrassment? No, he didn't. Okay. Alrighty. I'll screen share this. Give me 1 second here to get it set up. In fact, I'm gonna grab a drink. Give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna go get a drink. Then we're gonna look at Monday Matt's amazing, humble acceptance of going on Tucker Carlson to trigger the libs. See, I wasn't gone that long. Can I just say, you know,
That worked too.
have you ever been embarrassed by somebody that could even be slightly politically aligned with you? Like, that people could even almost mistakenly think are politically aligned with you. I'm so glad that the skeptics have, on their little centrist fence, have just fallen off. Because it's just fucking embarrassing. Monday Matt and Sargon are embarrassing. Monday Matt especially saying shit like that almost makes me want to become a liberal. Just to fucking say it. It's so like how can you say shit like this and not feel like the world's biggest retard? It says trigger the libs. Own the libs.
I'm the reason Donald Trump got elected. Own the libs.
God help them if the left ever figures out all you have to do is make fun of these retards and shut them up. Because they're going to be in a really bad fucking spot, let me tell you. Alright, here we go. It's time for Monday Matt's amazing Gamergate 2 video. And him talking about Tucker Carlson, how they're going to own those fucking libs.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is my channel. And yesterday, something interesting happened. Sargon of Akkad went on Killstream and discussed the concept, I guess you could say, the desire to bring Gamergate back, right? And it was kind of met with a bit of mockery. It was met with a bit of laughter. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of did the same as well.
That was pretty powerful.
Can you imagine being Sargon right now? Monday Matt, when he first heard your big boy, big brain idea, laughed at you. Monday Matt thought your idea was dumb. The Quarry King, Milk Toast Matt, the guy that reads news articles in a monotone voice so as not to offend his audience. Thought the idea you came up with was fucking stupid. Just, ouch.
I sat there watching a clip of it later on, rolled my eyes a little bit, and just kind of thought to myself, what exactly did Edith Bannon say to Sargon during the interview to get him to want to kind of bring it back, right? And then, of course, later on, he did a stream where he clarified his thoughts on it, and his desire to have Donald Trump tweet about Gamergate, to validate Gamergate, as well as to kind of really trigger the libs, trigger the snowflakes, and I think...
I love that this guy says this shit. This is it. Listen to this shit. He actually says this out loud and never once thinks, do I sound dumb?
Think about Gamergate, validate Gamergate, as well as to kind of really trigger the libs, trigger the snowflakes.
Trigger the lips.
And I think ultimately validate its existence, validate the last 4 years, and show that Gamergate really is not the monster, the boogeyman, the horrible entity that those on the left want to keep calling. They keep saying that it is. Doesn't matter. 4 years it's been this terrible, horrible, nasty thing. And in his
I don't know why Kiryu keeps on moving
he
back.
made a comment about me going on, like his desire is for me to go on Tucker Carlson
To trigger the lips. Oh my god, these people. Well, we're gonna keep watching it, but I'd like to remind you, this is what that would turn out to be. Can you imagine? Imagine the just dumbstruck nature of poor Tucker's face as he's sitting there listening to the most boring YouTuber on earth talk about a hashtag from 4 years ago related to video games and some chick fucking a bunch of guys. Just trying to comprehend why anyone on God's earth would give a shit about that.
素直に喜んで
That face, I don't even think it's close to capture Tucker's confusion and what the fuck would be taking place. God, and I'd love it if this actually happened, if he brought up that church video. That would probably be the fucking headline.
to explain Gamergate to Tucker's audience, right? To get the Tucker look of you know, and he says the reason why is because where I was in regards to the start of Gamergate. In his mind, I'm the catalyst for a lot of it.
He's kind of a big deal, guys. It's a title that's been laid at his feet. I don't know if you're all aware of this, but without Monday Matt, Gamergate never would have happened. It's sort of important. And I mean, because Gamergate is really his doing, and we all know Gamergate got Donald Trump elected, well, Monday Matt's responsible for Donald Trump being in the White House. He'll not so subtly bring that up.
And that is something I've never fully agreed with. I've always looked at it as one part of a larger series of dominoes, not the first one, but the second
Not the arena.
It just happened to be kind of right place, right time sort of thing. And I laughed when I first heard about it. I did. I went back and listened to the clip a couple times, just like, what the hell is he thinking? People, of course, were saying to him, why Matt? Matt doesn't deserve it. Matt messed up, and he acknowledges that. And I'm part of this is something that he suggested as a way to kind of like redeem myself, like a redemption arc.
It's your redemption arc, Matt. You need to grab that ring of leadership. You need to bring Gamergate back into the light of the public. We need you, Boulder Boy, to go on to Tucker Carlson and tell him Zoe Quinn might have sucked some dicks. It's super important that the conservatives out there understand this. But we need you to do it, Matt. You're the only guy that can do it. A little bit of a redemption arc. Maybe the stepfather is trying to regain that position for one of his favorite capos. I don't know. But we'll continue.
And I laughed about that for a second too. But then I started thinking more about it. I started kind of going back over the started going over what started Gamergate, where things went, what we saw, what we experienced, and ultimately where things are now. And I'm not gonna lie, as much as I don't want Gamergate 2.0 to happen, because I don't, I want Gamergate 1.0 to be vindicated in the eyes of the media.
Let me just put this out here. If there's any human being on the face of this fucking earth at this point in time that wants Gamergate to be vindicated, or is still tweeting about Gamergate, or still hashtagging about it, or still caught up in it, just get the fuck over it. It's been 4 years.
Right.
Nobody cares. This is the same shit that happened with Chinology. People couldn't let it go. And then you get to the point where people just start making fun of you because you look stupid. Monday Men desperately wants Gamergate to be vindicated. That's super important. Because he needs to own the libs.
I don't want it to be vindicated specifically for right-leaning media. I don't know if the left is ever going to do it. I don't know if the SJW media, if that is ever going to acknowledge where things are, acknowledge that that they had their own part to play in this, and that ultimately Gamergate was about ethics. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. The likelihood of it happening is probably not. Even today, a former a writer.
Yes, Jack, he actually did say that. It's about ethics in games journalism. He's got some more jokes in there, so just put that.
For Star Wars and for Marvel was fired over anti-Trump tweets. And he specifically named Comicsgate, as well as, you know, hinted at Gamergate. And the article that I covered mentioned Gamergate. And of course, a lot of people online are mentioning Gamergate as being this boogeyman, this terrible entity that won this bit of the culture war. I hate to break it to all those people, the vast majority of people in Gamergate were left.
Yeah, you know, 4chan, where it kind of sort of originated at. They're known for being super left-wing. You know, V and Pol are known as liberal central on the internet. I think we can all agree on that. Super liberal, super liberal. And they were doing it for ethics in games journalism. It's good Reddit reporting to do. That's a good job, Matt.
They were left. What we've seen is a large amount of right-wing people coming over, and that's fine. I have nothing against that. But in the beginning, in the early days, there's not your Shiva and all those elements of it. It was liberal individuals, left-leaning individuals. And those people still believe in the same core tenets of ethics.
Now, doesn't that strike anybody as a little weird? That if Gamergate was super leftist, that Matt would be sitting here saying he wants to use Gamergate to own the libs.
We gotta kill all these
and
people.
trigger the libs? Because if Gamergate is the libs, wouldn't they not appreciate that, Matt? I'm a little confused.
I don't know what Sargon's ultimate plan is, what he might be saying in the back of his mind, but the suggestion of him going on Tucker Carlson to explain it, to talk about Zoe Smith, to talk about the false copyright, to talk about the fact that in her book, she doesn't name me by name. She only references my avatar, but she essentially says that Gamergate is what got Donald Trump elected, and also I'm the reason Gamergate started. So in her mind, in this book, she insinuates,
Kicks it over casually. I love it.
in no uncertain terms, that I'm the reason Donald Trump got elected.
Bask in his glory, chat. It wasn't the alt-right. It wasn't those based megapeds with their squeaking noises on Donald. It wasn't all the shit posters on image boards. It wasn't all the people on Twitter. It wasn't all those conservatives doing grassroots shit. Zoe Quinn told me personally, Monday Matt, you are the reason Donald Trump is in the White House. I need to get on I think I need to process. Is that the right word? Well, I feel like something's up my ass right now. I need to lay down. I need to bow down before him. This man is a political mover and shaker. It's no wonder Sargon thought, I need him on my side. We need to get this go-getter on Tucker Carlson.
A left-leaning Bernie Sanders supporting idiot from the West Coast is the reason ultimately why Donald J. Trump became the 45th president of the United States. That is laughable. But that's a murder. And that could be and should be laughed at on Tucker Carlson.
I need to go on Fox News to tell them I'm not the only reason that Donald Trump got into the White House. I'm trying to clear it up for you guys. I'm not the one saying it. Other people have laid that title at my feet. What a humble individual.
Now, I don't know if this will happen. I don't know if this will be a thing. I found it to be intriguing, and I put my full support behind it. Sargon and I talked today. I put my support behind that aspect of it. I'll tell you what, I will be fair, though, in my criticism here. I don't fully trust anything Steve Bannon says, but I won't deny that the guy is very smart, and that the guy does understand media and media manipulation.
It seems like that's the impression that this is Steve Bannon's idea. That Steve Bannon told Sargon to do this. And it seems to be something Sargon didn't necessarily deny. Kind of insinuating that he had talked to Bannon, and that people in the
that guy
know
too?
thought this
Nice.
was a super-spaced Kekarino Chatelet kind of idea, and that they needed a meme meister like Servant and Mundane Matt the Boulder Boy to lead them into victory. I mean, you can't look at Kekistan and not see anything but success.
As well as how to work a crowd of people. He's a very intelligent person, and listening to him talk, very, very, very much exemplifies. And the way that he has been treated by a lot of people in the left-leaning media has been tailored how he says things. So there's that. He's a smart man. But he also is the guy who sent Milo into Gamergate. He's also the guy
HP
who wanted
rose by
Milo
one.
to co-opt and become his own personal army to help Donald Trump. That is true. That I don't like, because it took away from the core aspect of fighting for ethics in video game journalism.
Ethics in video game journalism. It was Milo that undermined it. Oh, if only Milo Yiannopoulos was never part of Gamergate. All the libs would have gone on to trigger the other libs. There would have been so much ownage going on.
Damn.
GG Police and Not Your Shield would have ushered in a new era of Bernie Sanders. I think Matt might have regrets getting I think that's where this is going.
And what it brought with it were muckbreakers and carpetbaggers, and people who suited or tried in some cases to pervert the narrative, to mess up the discourse and to prop it.
Okay.
And I never liked that. Not one damn bit. I don't want to see that come back in any way, shape, or form. But the core tenets of what came out, the core tenets of what it was about 4 years ago, is something I still very much hold true in my heart. I want to see people like Steven Totillo of Kotaku acknowledge that his staff did wrong. Not
Who in the fuck cares anymore? Who gives a shit? Hulk Hogan body slammed Gawker. Hulk Hogan and the Hulkamaniacs kicked Gawker's ass. Why do you need Steven Totillo of Kotaku, which I think is owned by Telemundo now, to say, you know what, Matt? You're totally right. You've totally owned the libs, Matt. Kotaku's very sorry. We're sorry, Matt, that you owned us so hard.
through hand waving, which is what he did essentially in the beginning, but through actually acknowledging that Patricia Hernandez did wrong. Now, they did acknowledge that she did not disclose when she was covering games that were created by her friend, also her live-in girlfriend at the time. Those were uncovered by people in Gamergate. Deepfreeze.it exists to expose corruption in games journalism, unethical people in games journalism. Deepfreeze.it should be the bane of those people's existence, because it always pays attention, and those actions are still taking place, and it's still being run to this day, and that is a valuable asset. Something like that should be getting a lot more airtime. People should know about that, and that is what I think Sargon is attempting to do. I think Sargon is wanting to take the fight.
You know what I just noticed? He hashtagged it. Matt's already committed as much as he can be committed. He hashtagged his fucking video. Gamergate. What a sad motherfucker. These guys are living in the past. Jesus.
To the media. We had a little bit of it 4 years ago. We had Breitbart, but Breitbart was small. Now things have moved. things have shifted. Now Bannon is in play. Again, I am not sure how I feel about that. But now Bannon is in play in some respects, and he has connections. There's a specific reason why Sargon had mentioned Tucker Carlson, and why Sargon mentioned me and Tucker Carlson. There's a specific reason for that. I don't quite know what it is yet, but I know Carl well enough to know that he doesn't say things like that without there being some kind of idea in his head.
Oh, here's his idea. That's the idea he's got.
I'm game. I understand that my desire for ethics in games journalism and other people's desire to fight the culture war Gamergate ultimately results in a Venn diagram situation. I get that. And that's fine. I don't agree with it, but it's fine. What I want to see if we go back into this fight, we take it to the media to try to change the narrative, because I am tired. I am tired of being listed as being white supremacist, racist, bigoted boogeymen. Because I want there to be ethics in video game journalism. And to give you guys an idea.
That's like the fourth time he's done this. But I think you get the idea. I won't make you listen to the whole thing. It's 16 minutes. We're 9 minutes into it. This motherfucker has said ethics in video game journalism like 5 times. 5 fucking times. He's got that hashtag right in front of the video. Right in front of the video. So, Sargon pitches his idea. He doesn't follow on stream, says it's a great idea. Wants to get Mundane Matt on board. Mundane Matt's more than willing to jump on board to fight for the noble cause of ethics in games journalism. So we'll look at a little bit of the Sargon interview with Millennial Woes, and then the V interview that he just did prior to my stream. Because there's some funny
I love how he drops the sword like a turd.
I think this is
Turd coming out of the bubble.
Millennial Woes content on YouTube.
How he drops the
It's a pain
case.
in the ass because everything is put into restricted mode. All right, let me see if I can get this lined up in a second here.
There are some time zone confusions, and that's why this is starting an hour late.
Oh yeah, I should also mention, again, once again, Sargonism number 1. The stream started late because Soygon took his sweet fucking time showing up.
But I'm here with Sargon Fakad. Welcome, Sargon.
Hey man, how's it going?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well. I just want to apologize for the I wasn't at my phone. It was one of the rare times I'm not on my phone. So I missed all of the messages saying, God, where are you? Millennial is waiting for you. Otherwise I would have responded.
Again, he does it intentionally. If you have Sargon on as a guest for your stream, and you are not like a massive fan, he's going to do this to fuck with you.
I note to anyone else who's the subsequent guest on Millennial, check the web page because that has the correct times in your own time zone, so there won't be any confusion. Okay, so Sargon, what kind of year do you think 2017 has been? It's certainly been a long
I'm going to try to find the bits where he's talking about SJW being cars. That's pretty amazing.
You guys So what's Tara McCarthy's argument for?
Then I think that, well, for
They will do. They are doing. Which is why Tara looks like she's about to start.
and so young men are detecting that, and this, what I mean by that, because first of all,
Just take me a sec. I know it's around the 30-minute mark.
maybe
Okay.
we will, but I know there are people who
Let me explain.
are following the alt-right and they want to get into politics in the future. But on the other hand, I don't even think there's time for that. I think we're going to be in serious trouble in the West within about 10 years.
I think that's too soon. I mean, there will be serious troubles, but I don't think it'll be the alt-right concerns that are coming from 4 and 10 years' time. I think there'll be other.
Remember, this is the guy that wants to save the West. This is the one that said he needed to join UKIP immediately to help save the West, telling Millennial Woes not more than 8 months ago that nothing bad is really going to happen in the next 10 years. The West doesn't need it. Weird.
I don't think it's going to be.
No, not in 10 years. But I think the target growth that will lead to ethno states will begin in about 10 years from now.
I think that's too soon. I think that's way too soon.
So-
I don't think in your lifetime you're ever going to see an ethno state.
Well, those job ranks are almost level 99.
I should also mention this conversation. Let me double check the date.
That was just the last.
I believe
last
this
level
happened
one.
before
He's
his
definitely
talk
gonna
with
get there
Richard
by the
Spencer.
end.
I think it did. I'm not 100% certain. But it's
ま
around
だ
that
まだ
time.
強くなれそう。
It's
素
around
直
that
に
time
喜んでお
that
く
he comes up with this brilliant idea of telling the alt-right they need to be SJWs. And I'm not even joking about that. We're going to get to that bit where he starts talking about how SJWs are like Subarus.
Yes. I mean, the EU is a
The goals of the alt-right that people are committed to.
Chapter 13. Two
I
more
think it's the
chapters.
goals. Well, okay,
Just two
okay,
more
all right, hold on
chapters.
about that. There are people who,
Probably are viewed by a large percentage of the alt-right. So it's, I mean, the question really is it the construct that is the alt-right that they're committed to? Or is it the actual results, the end state that the alt-right is aiming for? Is that what they're committed to instead?
I
So
think
that-
most people, it's the latter.
Right. Because that means if the alt-right goes away, then they will still have that goal. They will still be
Yes.
pursuing that goal, regardless of whether the alt-right exists or not.
Yes. The alt-right is a vehicle.
Right. That's a great way of putting it. And so would people in the alt-right be open to the idea of switching cars?
pissing me off.
Oh boy. So Sargon's brilliant idea is, and I'll try to sum it up because it's spread out over the entire video. He's trying to pitch to Millennial Woes and other alt-right. Hey, listen, you guys want an ethno state because you believe in racial identity. Well, you know who else believes in racial identity? SJW. And if you really want to get that ethno state, all you've got to do is stop being alt-right and conservative and just start acting like SJW. Because that's going to get you to your goal. That's like saying, hey, Sargon, hey, if you want Muslim immigration to end, all you got to do is start acting like, I don't know, crusaders from the Middle Ages. Because they got rid of Muslims, right? I mean, does it matter what color you're driving? Go pick up a sword, start screaming Days Bolt and decapitating them. Right? Because it's the same thing. It's the same goal. You got rid of the Muslims, right, Sargon? But this is his brilliant idea. So let's listen to it.
I don't know. It would depend on the terms.
Right. The car will get you to the car will get you to the destination you're heading to. The difference to
I don't know what you mean.
well, like you just said, the alt-right is a vehicle. So eventually, in your estimation, and and this is something I've seen broadly in the alt-right. I mean, everyone has the same goal of a white ethno state ultimately. That's it can take on like, whether it's a socialist one or a capitalist one or whatever. It doesn't really matter. What matters is the goal of the white ethno state. How you can get there. Because I think the vehicle that is the alt-right at the moment is a dilapidated, sputtering old thing that can't make the jump. I don't think it can get you to that place.
Well, I mean, what I would say to that is that things have peaks and troughs, and the
The thing I like about this conversation, it's a long one, we're not going to listen to all of it. But the thing I like about this conversation is Sargon thinks he's so slick, right? He's going to go talk to the people that are making fun of the skeptics, which is the alt-right. Because, you know, kind of pursuing the Kraut and Tears Kraut was releasing videos targeting the alt-right, and the alt-right was laughing at him for being an idiot. And so the skeptics kind of got into a little kerfuffle with the alt-right. And then Richard Spencer tells him he's stupid. And all this shit Sargon can't handle. So I really truly believe he thought he was being super slick by going to them and trying to get them to act like the people he's used to making fun of and behave like them.
Thanks very much.
Because then they wouldn't offer any opposition. Because what kind of person goes to their enemy, right? And he's declared the alt-right his enemy. He doesn't even think about them. He's written letters telling people that. What sort of person goes to their enemy and says, here's how you win? And who would be foolish enough to listen to somebody that's opposed to them coming to tell you how you can win against them?
Welcome.
Sargon is so monumentally dumb, it's really hard to take in sometimes. He's got a super trolling plan, guys. I don't know if you've heard. Let me replay another brilliant idea of his. Where the fuck is this? Let's hashtag communists. Oh, we're gonna put up pictures of McCarthy. That'll show the libs. Trigger the libs.
Like 4chan guys, you could be like, if you need ideas, I've got lots of ideas. That's what I'm saying. I could easily concoct a scheme to get you guys international coverage, and to bring the problem of communists in universities to the forefront easily.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be doing this weekly.
What do you mean?
Okay, okay, how about this? So say tomorrow, Monday morning, on, I don't know, like 20 university campuses in America, outside of the, the sort of George Cicarillo Mar types, I'm dreaming for a white genocide, all those types?
Yes.
Imagine, on their doors to their offices was a picture of Joe McCarthy.
I'm gonna do it a little later.
Thank you.
Such a big-brained idea. So ingenious. Now let me see if I can find this. So you get the idea of the Millennial Woes thing. So I tweeted about this today. Before the stream, I was going to play clips from it. And apparently Sargon and V decided they needed to run right into damage control. Because he looks fucking retarded. Telling people that SJWs are Subarus. And that if they want an ethno-state, they just need to hop along for the ride. So he wanted to clear this up, any confusion he might have about it. He went on V's stream to really elaborate on his big-brained ideas. So, let me see if I can find this dumb shit, and we'll give it a listen.
What are you staring
What channel did he do
I'll
this
sue
on? Hold on
you.
one second. I can find it, and we'll take a listen. Because he's gonna really just, again, another big-brained opinion. Big-brained stepfather. Okay, I found it. There we go. Put this on. And you can tell immediately that they're getting together to talk about this. The same thing happened with the Louis Laval stream, where I was making fun of Sargon on Twitter, based on Murdoch. Murdoch released an animation where he turns into the Akira baby monster and starts screaming that he needs more dopamine. And because I tweeted that out, he got all fucked up over it. And we had this confrontation on Louis' stream. But he tried to deny that he was aware of it. He tried to act like he didn't. It just was happenstance. He didn't know I tweeted that out. And again, here we go. I tweet out something making fun of him. And he immediately jumps on his stream to talk about it.
Okay, so we're live. Now, I noticed you're in a bit of a hot pickle recently. A lot of articles coming about you. A lot of positive on the internet.
Is there?
Yeah.
It only raises by one once you hit 99.
I think the
Come
last
on.
one that I saw,
Oi.
actually is what sparked the conversation, is that you said back in the day, I missed the talk with you and Millennial Woes, but you said that the white nationalists can get what they want if they have social justice. And I wanted to talk to you on Discord, and you said, okay, bring it on the air.
Sure.
So how can they get what they want with social justice? But more exactly, what do you understand by social justice? Let's define this.
And again, this stream he did with Millennial Woes was 8 or 9 months ago. I tweeted about this, and within 20 minutes, Sargon and me are on stream talking about it. I could have this fat idiot running lab if I really put some effort into it. Like, apparently, he's at my beck and call. We should see what we could get away with, Sweetie Squad. But let's hear his hot take.
Oh, wrong
Well,
guy.
just in section. I think, the reason that they will work, they work within the same way because they're both addressing the same vectors, so identifying the same and working then it's a negotiation over those characteristics. And if the alt-right wanted to, they could instead portray themselves as like Beverly D'Angelo. She's effectively the sort of SJW version of Richard Spencer. She's really interested in crafting a white identity. She's really interested in like teaching white people their proper place in the world. Because, like all of the SJWs, they think that we live in a white supremacy. They think that whites are supreme over other people, otherwise it would be a white supremacy. And so they, whether they want to admit it or not, recognize that white people have won. You know, they're the superior race in the mind of the SJWs. I just want to make it clear, this is not my opinion. I don't think it. It has to be like the framework of what they think. If you look at this in a sort of, you know, as a method. And so the alt-right can adopt that framework. I mean, they basically say that white people are superior. They just frame it in different ways. They frame it from the position of the victim rather than the position of the victim. And so they can say, okay, well, we agreed that we did terrorists because we were best on it. So we can come to a negotiation then over what is fair. We can actually do it because at the moment, the SJW conversations go.
Oh, I wish I could find the exact time. When he was talking to Millennial Wolf, he actually pitched this idea. I'm not fucking kidding you. He said, you know, woes, if you guys become SJWs and you want to advocate for the ethno-state, you can tell the SJWs, this is how you win, he said. Don't think you can tell them that white people mistreat black people, and to make it up to them, you're going to give them the state of California. Sargon told Millennial that if he wanted to advance white supremacy, that they should become SJWs and give the state of California and everything in it to black people. It's a brilliant idea, really.
The SJW saying white people are even awful, and the liberals say, no, that's a terrible thing for you to say. We're not going to engage with that. We're not going to have a discussion on how awful white people are. We don't agree with white people or any other race of people are awful. But the alt-right will say, well, I mean, you know, you consider awful, but okay, and then they can have a discussion on how much is getting balanced.
So what you're saying?
You can actually have a resolution.
What you're saying is when a social justice warrior says, check your privilege, you can say, yeah, I do have privilege.
I'm proud of my privilege.
And I'm proud of my privilege, like just on...
Yeah. And, yeah, exactly. And but obviously the liberals say...
Yeah, the liberals did, there is no white privilege.
They were advocating for just owning the narrative.
And when you say liberal, you mean...
God, I'm getting bored just listening to this. But you get the idea. So he didn't like the idea of being made fun of. He immediately goes on to V for an hour or so. And he even does the V, what he does to everybody else, that Sargonism #2. I'm getting really sleepy, I'm super busy, I've got to go, I've got to cut, I got to jet. I've got important things to do, like saving the West. This guy is such an idiot, and his ideas are so stupid. Let's be Google's friend. They'll rebond. All the white nationalists should become SJWs. Let's resurrect Gamergate so we can save the West. Just retarded positions they have. Alright, and since everybody brought it up, let's continue. Set a new video, I suppose, so let's see. Oh god, well here's the next meme. Sargon's gonna rape to death. Gamergate 2.0 triggers NPCs. It's up on the Thinkery. I don't know, Jet, do you want to watch it? It's been a bit of a long stream, but you've all struggled through the super chats. We can watch it. It's like 7 minutes. If you're inclined to. Otherwise, we can call it a day here. I've seen a lot of yes, so okay. Let me get this set up. Pull it up. There's gonna be a lot of smugly chuckles involved in this. I got like 8 fucking super chats all breaking it up. So okay, let's see. Let's take a look. What are you staring at? I got it queued up. I think we should be good to go.
Yo, I didn't steal crap.
This got put up just 30 minutes ago, so it's a brand new hot take.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, there we go. Let's take it.
fucking amazing. Not just because it's genuinely hilarious and accurately represents the way that not just left-wingers, but especially left-types, who are kind of like pre-programmed, but with a certain set of responses that they don't fully understand, but they have been assured are very correct and moral. And so they can just do nothing but repeat these things. And you get varying levels of complexity of this AI, but eventually you always come to a point where they get really angry with you. And that's usually the point where you get blocked, or if they're in real life, they start having a meltdown. The NPC meme was apparently created and bounced around a bit on 4chan, but nobody really noticed it too much until the publication of a Kotaku article explaining the meme last week, where apparently they were replacing the term SJW with NPC, which is a really great idea. And they were really offended because it was dehumanizing them.
Oh, God, I'm getting bored already. There's a lot of smug chuckles in chat. Okay, we'll watch it. It's only another 6 minutes. Well, 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes. Let's see where he goes with it. Explaining the deep lore on NPCs that he read about in a Kotaku article.
Oh, really? How dehumanizing is it to just be reduced to your race and gender? And how dehumanizing is it to be told that actually you're being paid by Russia? And then how much more dehumanizing is it to say, no, you're just a Russian bot? Fucking come on. Don't sit there whining about using dehumanizing language. It's the far left who use the term black and brown bodies as if you're dealing with fucking corpses. It's fucking grim. They sit there go, oh, you're dehumanizing us because we've only got a stock set of responses. Yeah, how terrible. Yeah, it's a way of trying to get you to stop just giving us stock responses and actually thinking about what we're fucking saying. But the thing is, Jared, the reason that this one sticks is because you guys genuinely act in that kind of...
Oh, I get what this is about. Okay, I know exactly what this is about. I know exactly why he's doing this. Hold on. Let me show you this. I know why he's talking about this. It has jack all to do with NPCs. Hold on. Let me find it. Let me find this retarded shit. You'll see exactly what's going on. You see, Jared Holt made fun of Sargon, and I think that's why he decided to do a video about the article. Oh, let me see if I can find this. Oh, is this fucking account still here?
It's weird how they only allow Jungi 2 chapters in the game.
God.
I don't feel too hot about that.
Sorry, I didn't have this one. I think this is him. Yeah, this one. See if we can find it. This guy tweets a lot. It's one. He took a jab at Sargon, essentially, for the Gamergate 2. I think that's what this is. Okay.
What are you staring at?
This is my guess as to why this is going on. Put this up on Windows. Stopped into this podcast because old Sargon of Akkad is on the line. He's arguing that the left is still scared of Gamergate and that he can get Trump to defend Gamergate to trigger the libs. The hosts are just mercilessly mocking him. Sargon never grew out of 2015. That is your reasoning. That is why he is doing a video on Jared Holt's NPC article. That's my guess. But we'll continue. The video's short anyway. That's the rest of it.
In predictable fashion, I went on the kill stream with Ralph to tell him about the idea of throwing Gamergate back in the face of the left, and I said on the stream that you'd write about it on Right Wing Watch, and you did. And then people who follow you,
Thank you for stopping.
specifically for this kind of thing, people like Will Summer, a reporter for the Daily Beast, will start tweeting about it and talking about it. Sargon of Akkad wants to restart Gamergate by getting Trump to tweet about it.
Drink one some
That's not
Jungi
really
now.
what I said, but it's kind of like what I said. And it definitely has the components. Sargon of Akkad, Gamergate, Trump. it'd be a real shame if people spread that around and started saying, hey, that's not a bad idea. If we look at some of the responses to Will's tweets, we can already see the NPCs responding with their pre-programmed responses. First one, arrogantly, oh my god, please get Trump to tweet about video game journalism.
I think that's about, yeah. You get the idea. You get the video idea, guys. So I hope you enjoyed NPCs. The meme, while it was still usable, it's gone now. It's dead. It's been murdered. We'll probably put it on a Kekistani flag, and we're all gonna have to salute it. Well, hello chat, and a happy Sunday fun day to you. It has been a busy couple of weeks. There's been a lot of happenings going on. And we're going to cover a lot of it, but looks like a surprise happened today, and I'm kind of tempted to go and watch what happened in real time, because this happened maybe a half an hour before we started up this stream. Apparently, Don Sargoon thought he wanted to go back to the well a little bit, you know, build up some of that ego again by dunking on some of those SJW blue-haired feminists. Teach them a lesson, you know, put them in their place. Except it didn't actually go to plan. So I've got to ask chat, now I wish we had a polling option like they do on Stream Me over here, but they don't. So chat, give me a 1 if you want to watch the debacle of Sargon getting his shit pushed in by Christy Winters, and give me a 2 if you're not interested. We'll poll chat and see if you want to watch that. It's a little bit spicy. It's a little bit sad. I feel a little bad for him to get slapped around like that on a stream in front of people. Seeing a lot of 1s, but I'll give it a minute. I'll give it a minute for people to catch up. Oh, it looks like chat wants to watch Sargoon get smacked around by a feminist for a little while. All right, well, let me pull that up. I got it bookmarked. I think he's left the stream. They humiliated him to the point where he rage quit. Oh no, he's still on. He's still on. I'm going to time code this so we can get right at the beginning. right at the beginning. Chat, just to give you an idea of how they're viewing this. This is Christy Winter and Kevin Logan, and they're doing their own little stream. And apparently Sargon wanted to come on, and I'm not fucking kidding you. This is the description they put under the video. I just think we should read it before we go watch this itself. Christy and Kev's happy hour, 2018 Blue Wave with Sargon of Akkad. And then Christy Winters puts in the fucking description.
Yeah, I think it's kind of weird, this whole
What we
Drinkling
presume
thing.
is some sort of desperation.
Sargon
of Akkad
you have no
asked
choice
him
but to
join
do it
our
all in
happy hour.
spurts.
Find out what goes on by joining us when we go live. So even Christy Winters,
I mean, that's the thing
and
about
Kevin
getting
Logan
platinum in 100% of these
are
games. You
seeing
get
this
to see
just
these
shocking amount of
games
desperation coming from Sargon.
for what they truly are.
So let's
you
go
know,
take
that's not
look.
a bad thing.
Let's see what's going on
Like
over there.
people, games, really good games
Windows
have
display capture ready
design
to go,
flaws
I
as
believe.
well. Yeah.
Just double check here. No, that would be the wrong one. That would have been chat. Let's try this again. No, chat again. Let's get rid of chat. Sorry, chat. Go to Windows Capture. There we go. I think that's fairly good. We'll go through it a little by little. I've got some time codes written down. We'll see how it goes. Let me just get everything set up here.
That's ultimately what it's going to be. Trump has shown that his base is going to hold up. Sorry, what?
Let's see where he's doing in.
Yeah, and the Democratic you've got Kristen Cinema pulling out ahead in Arizona, and there he is.
Hello, folks. Sorry about the delay there. Nature called. And you can't resist, can you? So, how are you guys doing? You alright?
Yeah, we were just having a chat about the election results.
Right, how's your D&D game going with V? I haven't had time to watch it yet.
Went okay last night. Everybody survived, so that's generally a good game.
Well, it is when V's in charge.
Yeah, well, he wasn't really in charge. In fact, he said
is he
part of a
DMing?
fight out. No, he's just in the fight.
Ah, right, okay. Because in the campaign that I'm playing.
The Don sent in his carrier pigeon to recruit, to butter up Christy Winters. It doesn't end well. We'll see as it goes along.
And yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of fun, but I tell you, it's a hell of a stressful thing to have to DM.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, you know, Ready for this? Yeah, we had that hangout with me last night, but earlier than that, I was watching his video on some of the drama on the right side, you know, he got over there, and he brought up the fact that he had taken down the stuff the feminist guy. Now looking back on it.
All right, I'm going to try to jump ahead a little bit before it starts getting a little bit spicy. I believe it's about 4 minutes in, so let's see, it's 7 minutes.
About that up and say that was
It's got 1.4 on that job right now.
I have my stuff.
Burden of evidence, motherfucker.
Come on.
Pedantic, Christy?
No, it's not pedantic for to ask you if you're going to make a claim to back it up.
I mean, do you think that, like, do you think I've got a sheet of notes in front of me?
Well, I have my references to go.
Oh, Carl, sorry, mate. If you make a fucking a claim, you need to provide evidence for that. The fact that we know you haven't done any fucking preparation for this is irrelevant.
You disagree with a bunch of Justice Democrats have been elected?
No,
7 or 8 is not a bunch, is it? Out of 220
odd. Young Turks, so you obviously have to.
So I haven't been following it that closely. But weren't a bunch of corporate Democrats also unseated at the same time?
Yeah, again, what?
Yeah, but a number got in. So, I mean...
Okay, Christy, just to stop you there, right? You seem to be getting a little excited.
No, I'm amused.
Okay, that's fine, right? And what I'm going to say, right, and I want you to take this seriously, no matter how amusing you find it, right? If you can't be charitable with what I'm saying, then I just won't bother having a conversation with you.
I don't
Oh, well, I'm surprised, Carl. I'm surprised you decided to have this conversation anyway, because
she can't be charitable.
No, because last time you took her on in debate, she fucking annihilated you. She made you look a right twat.
Things change.
So,
I love the fact that he asked them to come on their show, and then says, "If you can't treat me nicely, I'm not gonna do this." Like he's doing them a favor. But I promise you, the good parts are coming up. When they start talking about V being a carrier pigeon, and when Christy starts laughing at him and he nearly rage quits. So let's wait for that to come up.
Here's the thing. You said that
things change. You've done even less preparation for this one.
I'll take you down. This is a conversation. If you want to have a conversation like that, you're going to have to do it somewhere. I'm not really that interested in having that conversation.
In having a conversation where we accurately discuss which members of Congress could be called Justice Democrats, which is a term you used and brought up. I don't know if you mean by that. You named one person, and I don't know if you mean by Justice Democrats. Well, I don't know why I should take your word that there are 7 could be 12.
I'm not bothered if you
I don't care about your moral outrage,
You
Carl.
I'm just not going to have a pedantic conversation.
It's empirical. Conversation is not pedantry.
I think it
I was wondering how.
a regular person would look at this and think, why is she being so obstructionist? She already accepted his premise. She just wants to continue pushing. So why don't we just...
Okay, so let's go with the one Justice Democrat we know about. And one got elected out of over 225, maybe 230. Yeah, then they did. Then we're going to pick up 30 seats. So what does that say? That one person you could name got elected?
Well, it's not just one person, is it, Christy?
But you can't show that.
Don't think you're so nice.
You need to educate yourself, Christy. Okay, it's not his job to provide citations and facts. Wasn't he on a stream with me a day or two ago? Where he was up my ass about having citations? And now he's walking into Christy's stream and he's like, I can't name anybody. But I do know this information. I'm just not going to share it with you. You need to go dig for it yourself. Looking good. Master debate tactics.
Wait, does it involve typing?
I'm not even I'm literally have a chat about these things with you. I didn't realize that you would need to. I was thinking how we
look at the exit polls. Should we look at the exit polls and see how they bear out?
So, do you want to put the link in the description?
I can just show it on screen if you'd like.
Well, I'd like to.
Alright, so I have to say...
Right then, so you want us to show our sources, but you're not going to bother showing anything to yours.
I would say, I was wondering how desperate you were. Just for the slum here on the happy hour, we would get maybe 70 or 80 views. And your desperation to have a fight is so hilarious to me, Carl, because especially, like, you've just been, I want to say, you've been a source of so much mirth on the happy hour for the last few months.
This might be a bit of projection, because I thought I was having that chat.
Yeah, that's why it's called the Christy and Kevin's happy hour.
Well, I didn't know it was happy hour.
So wait, he didn't realize he was going on Christy Winter's channel on the show called Christy and Kev's Happy Hour. That escaped him. He didn't realize. I also like how she's just straight out calling him out. You're desperate, Carl. You're trying to go back to the well. You know why you're here, and it's just not working out. Oh, why would you do this, Sargon?
No, you sent your little man servant, your little fucking caravan, your little milk-fed gimp. You sent him to both me and Christy. So clearly,
I did not, absolutely did not. I said, please ask Kev if he can have me on the show. I didn't say anything about it.
Oh, you wanted to be on Let Them Eat Cats.
well, you wanted to do a show with me and Mike.
Oh, gosh, you should have been more specific. Yeah.
Okay, Chris.
By the way,
Your little milk-fed gimp. Oh, V. Oh, you're getting shit on everywhere, aren't you? Oh, you little Romanian carrier pigeon. Just sending them out, fluttering about, shitting on everything, every pedestrian underneath.
Didn't have a proper conversation. I don't know.
We're having a proper conversation, except you make claims that you can't back. So let's limit it to things that you can actually claim to know, like one woman's name. That
on earth that would say this is a good faith conversation.
Sure, Carl. So I just wanted to know how
Do you think there are? Who do you think would say this is?
Oh, I'm gonna put you in your place. I am a good faith. I am asking you to be able to name people that you claim are Justice Democrats.
Yeah,
no, it's not. It's all being asked because it might be another. You don't know. You can only name one.
I'd like to actually have a nice conversation, but if you don't, I
don't. You take your ball and go home, Carl, because we're asking you to pack up what you say.
Oh, didn't you react really badly when Thomas Smith got up and left? Aren't you now doing the same thing here?
I'm happy to.
Limit your claims to the one woman you can name, and then we'll go on.
I'm not really.
Show how
to be honest, don't you guys have like, something more interesting you'd like to talk about?
That's another tried-and-true argument. If he can't name a source, if he can't talk about the subject, he wants to move on to something else. He asks to come on, he gets angry because he doesn't have any idea what he's talking about. They call him out on his desperation, make fun of the manservant V by calling him a... What did he call him? A milk-fed gimp? And then Sargon's like, fuck it, I'm gonna leave. And Kevin Logan calls him out and says, didn't you get upset when somebody did that to you? He's like, no, I'm gonna take my ball.
Yeah, we can talk about the
insert
and look at all the people voting for the Democrats if you want. Well, there's the Lincoln.
There's another good moment. I want to try to find this where he gets so angry he just mutes himself for like 2 minutes.
And then,
who do you think the Dems will run?
we can talk about 2020 at the end of the show, Carl.
Do you want to
talk about the midterms? That's what you said to V you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, next time, make your little manservant more aware of the fucking you want to talk to.
The name of the video is kind of the midterm results, so that's what we should talk about.
Although maybe we're expecting so
much. We can talk about 2020 at the end of the
show. Given the numbers there on the screen about the youth vote, how do you feel about your youth outreach program? I mean, because it seems to be going really well.
Yeah.
He's trying to get him in with Gamergate 2.0, Kevin. That's how he's going to bring in the youth vote.
And with
Gamers rise up. Oh, bottom text, everybody. Everybody's making fun of him for Gamergate 2.
UKIP soaring into 3% in the polls in Britain. You're doing exceptionally well. 3%, mate. You might pick up no seats.
I'll take you down.
Yeah, you've got a base to build from 3 fucking percent.
Yeah, but what do you think will happen after Theresa May severely fucks Brexit? Oh, sorry, we didn't come here to discuss.
I
didn't come here to discuss.
You don't know what you fucking talk about. You told me.
I know okay, so just a second. So we got the gender gap, we got the age demographics. So what are your thoughts on
I'm almost there, I think. It's hard to timestamp it when it's live, so we'll see if we can get to it.
What do you think about
Well, I know you want to get off the topic of municipal elections because the Democrats won, but that's what we're here to talk about. So I think we should just ask you.
I agree. The Democrats great by the skin of their teeth.
Getting the power of investigation now in the House. What are your thoughts on investigations of Trump and his family members going forward?
Go wild.
Something that's important. Like, as a liberalist and someone who's about making sure the laws are correct and followed properly, right, for the fair rule of law to all, right? I think that's something you really should look into because it's a very big concept.
I'll take that under advisement, Christy, but I determine what to say.
Well, I'm just saying, as a liberalist, this is a perfect concept for you to have.
But I'll determine what I look into.
Okay, so what do you think?
Correctly, you actually have people email you articles. Don't you go mocking us businessmen. So you don't really pick out what you decide. You have people send it to you.
Yeah, look, Christy, you will decide which headlines you claim to give the
Oh, this is fucking painful. They're just shitting on him non-stop, making fun of Gamergate 2, mocking liberalism, talking about just reading headlines. It just goes on, and I think this is a part where he almost rage quits.
That's exactly how
Justice Democrats. He's
from what far right is. I would have thought it'd be fairly easy for a political scientist to do that. So I mean, I'm an amateur. I'm looking to find out because I genuinely don't know. I genuinely want to know. What are the criteria that make someone far right?
Well, let's have a little lesson here, Carl. Get out your Google machine, and I want you to type in far right definition into Google. We're going to look at it together. No. This is it. We're going to look it up together.
So you go on then.
No, you go on. It's your question. I'm teaching you how after the lesson, you're going to know how to do it.
Look, I'm not going to answer. That's fine. If you don't have an answer, that's okay. That's interesting. If you don't have an ideological framework that is far, to define the far right, that's fine as well. That's okay. I don't. It seems like no one knows.
I know you prefer to make things up, but I prefer to look things up.
Why don't you just tell me what your opinion is? I don't
See, this is the thing you like to do, Carl, is you like to ask questions, and then when people try to get you to answer, you ask more questions.
I'm more than happy to answer. I've just answered a slew of questions.
Oh, shut up.
If you guys want to be child, I thought that we could come and have a conversation.
Carl, we're using war tactics again.
Now they're mocking his appearance at MythCon, or what that event was in Wisconsin. When he was up on stage debating the guy that he was debating, he kind of freaked out a little bit and started screaming "shut up" at him because the guy was asking him questions. Now I guess they're giving him a taste of his own medicine.
And I'm happy to
Oh, you just did what you did live on stage. So the fact that you're describing it in that way, you're describing your style.
I don't care about your moral ethics. I'm so glad we did this.
Carl, are you still there?
Oh, I hope he goes home. If he couldn't even make an hour.
He was there for 30 minutes and they mocked him relentlessly the entire time, to the point of where he muted himself in fucking rage, but he won't leave because he doesn't want to give them a win. So he's just sitting there taking their shit in silence for like 2 fucking minutes.
More sense.
This'll be too. Yo, I didn't steal crap.
Well, he's just not trying to reverse this into interrogation when he's
But look at all
one person I can
One of his defenses was I hadn't prepared for this.
And it didn't mean.
Are we ready to have a discussion now?
Where did you go? Where did you go?
We were on a time.
If you waste my time, I'll waste yours.
Yo, I didn't steal crap.
Oh, this gets better and better. Oh, please, the phone.
Let's go.
You want to ask questions about your your left wing, how the left are dying. You're
When did I say that?
the left is dying?
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah. No, we didn't give you enough. Do your work. With the Justice Democrats. You go on. You go.
No, I'm crack for you.
My opinion, the far right is.
Slow conversation.
Yeah, it's gonna be a slow. I'm not afraid of
You understand how many people?
Oh, do you know the people who are talking about you, Christy? Do you understand? Okay. Now, he brings up power games. You know, there's an example of a power game I want to show you that happened just recently. If you don't know, Sargon got a chance to go onto Andy Worski's stream, and they were going to hash things out. So let me pull that out. It's a great interview. It's a really great conversation. Andy really outdid himself. You know, having that deep conversation with Carl. So let me just cue this bad boy up, and we'll give that a listen. Hold on one sec.
Get my drink here. I'm just having a little sip here. 1 second.
Here we go. This is Andy Worski interviewing Sargon of Akkad. Invited him. Sargon demanded to come on.
You think I'm stupid?
Hello? Hello?
Suck a fucking dick, Sargon.
Eat shit, faggot.
That was our interview with Sargon of Akkad. That was. I think it went well.
Guys,
It was good. It was stunning. It was probably like the most honest. It's probably the most honest we've ever heard it.
Fantastic interview. I give that a thumbs up. I think Andy did a great job on that particular interview. All right, I know we got a little distracted with the Christy Winners thing. A little distracted, but Sargon did not do so well in that particular instance. Christy kind of just cursed off his ass as Kevin laughed at him, and he got so mad he muted himself in silence. To try to do a power game or something, I don't know. He tried that with Andy, demanding to come on, and then making Andy wait for half an hour. And so Andy finally invited him on and told him to suck a dick and threw him off the stream. Lots of crazy shit going on this week. Well, let's go over some of it. Take a look at it. You know, I want to go back to basics. I want to talk about some stuff that's already happened that I think kind of helps to paint what's going on right now. Because it's been a crazy couple of weeks. For those of you unfamiliar, the Ralph Retort, which was the Killstream, was banned off of YouTube. They were banned off of YouTube, and the charity stream they did had all the money refunded to the people that donated. This was a result of the Wall Street Journal contacting YouTube and saying they didn't deal with the charity that Killstream was using, and trying to get comment for a story they were going to run, which resulted in Ralph losing his channel and the money being returned to the people that gave it. Now Ralph moved over to Stream.me, so I mean he's fine. Still going on, but you know, it kind of set into motion a bunch of really weird events on the last week and a half. And before we get into that and really kind of talk about the key players that are a part of it, I wanted to go over a little bit of history. Just a tiny bit of history. So let's start back. Let's start back at the beginning with a girl named Rage after. Yeah, let's start with Rage. And you know what? And let's not forget the counterpart. So a long time ago on YouTube, on Twitter, as he likes to say, Rage had a bit of an issue.
Sucks for you,
so
bro.
she had taken, somebody that she associated with her, essentially. Here where you can quibble over the details on that. But they had tagged them in to draw attention to some of the things that she had said on YouTube. And it was a pretty blatant attempt by that person to have her that person would be Kraut T. Now, a lot of people have speculated as to why he targeted Rage, what the prime motivator was. Somebody in the skeptic circle. Other people have different theories. But nonetheless, Rage got targeted. And that kind of started a sequence of events where Kraut lost his mind. Now, I know we have the theory that David Shiprat, I'm sorry, I should have dead name, Davina, is responsible for the war on the alt-right. But as for Kraut's part and why he would begin to participate, I believe it really started here. He started to get a lot of pushback from people in the alt-right and just different internet circles thinking what he did was illegal. He even apologized for it, saying that he shouldn't have done it. Now he's since gone back on that. He's gone back and forth on a lot of things, to be honest. But nonetheless, his initial reaction after being confronted was to apologize. Now fast forward, and a gay Discord op is afoot. And Kraut is front and center. He's in the middle of it all. He's in the middle of it all with a lot of people whose names now have become associated with it. People like David Shitrat, Jeff Holiday, Woz Lee, lots of people. All took part in the gay Discord ops. And those gay Discord ops were targeting, because they did have a target list before they renamed it Persons of Interest, people in the alt-right and on right-wing politics. This all kind of culminated, you know, the finale to this little arc kind of culminated with them going after somebody named CRP, Coach Red Pill. Now, if you've watched the Tales of Trout, I kind of outline all of this, so this is just a kind of a touch base thing. We're just kind of touching base on it, a little refresher course before we get into the sequence of events over the last couple of weeks. Now, Kraut has been doing a PR tour as of late, where he's gone around saying that he's innocent. He's proclaiming his innocence, saying that he did nothing wrong. There was no doxing that took place, they didn't target anybody, everything was completely above board. And yet, when you look at his initial reaction, again, much like the Rage incident, where he contacted her, you know, quote-unquote employer, he tells a different story. His initial reaction is, you know, more honest, at least in my opinion. This is a conversation I believe he had with JF via Twitter or Skype, whatever the platform was. You know, I took it too personal from the start. This is Kraut speaking. Have a happy Christmas. I gathered the docs of Colonel Red Pill. I gave him to the Guardian because I thought he would defend him. Don't be too rough on those who worked with me. I don't know if I will come back. All the best to whatever you plan. And if you remember from the videos and the events that took place, these docs, this information was gathered up in the server. It was transferred between a couple of different people, intermediaries, and wound up on QB Farms. And eventually, Sargon of Akkad made a video using that information, which is something that Kraut was aiming for. Now, Sargon disavowed Kraut. In fact, you can actually hear this in the beginning, and we're gonna listen to a clip of this. I bookmarked it. The audio is up on YouTube, so you can find it.
Real quick, guys, real quick.
Put this up on screen in a second here. What you're gonna hear, this is not the conversation that Kraut had with Sargon. That's one conversation where Sargon recorded it. This is a conversation that Kraut is having with Jeff Holiday and others in the Discord server, talking about Sargon's reaction to what Kraut is doing. So let's listen to what he has to say. Let me put this up on full screen. What are you looking at? Yes. All right. I believe we want about halfway through. If I remember where the time code is, we'll start at 2:42. But let's give it a listen.
Says is that if things are construed to be tactics of the SJWs, it looks bad on anyone and nobody wins.
True. Yeah. True. Kraut, you need to let him know that any information that you gathered on Coach Red Pill was a background check on his person. That is all. It wasn't meant for tactics to be used against him in a SJW way. It was to verify his credibility as somebody who speaks from that.
Jeff. The data I gathered on Coach Red Pill is not being used against him.
What do you mean?
That's the thing. The first thing you brought up. Why are you gathering private information, for example?
It's not private information.
And here's the thing, he claims I've been doing the same with Ryan Fall, etc. That I'm gathering private data.
What's private about Ryan Fall?
Yeah, Brian Fall became public.
I have to tell you something, Jeff. I shared the thing with Sargon of Akkad.
Okay. So Sargon's initial reaction was not a positive one to what Kraut was doing. And Kraut shared the information with Sargon. Now, Sargon didn't learn this from a source. Kraut shared it with him. We'll get back to that. So there's a disavowal from Sargon. He says, you're acting like an SJW. You're gathering all this information. You can even hear Kraut and then clip say, data I gathered. Just like that message that he had on JF. The I doxed Cody Red Pill. I gathered that information. So he's openly admitting it. This led to its own little arc where Kraut basically tried to go after these people and blew up in his face in a spectacular manner. He left the internet. But the two takeaways from those events are that Kraut tried to run somebody off the internet. Jeff Holiday, even there's a clip out there, maybe I can find it later for the stream, I'm not sure, where Jeff said, yeah, we bullied Rage, he's referring to Rage, we bullied her off of the internet. And he didn't regret it, he was happy about it. In fact, I think I have that clip included in the Tales of Kraut video. We're glad that we got her off the internet, we're glad we bullied her, that's his phrasing, essentially. So they push people off, they deplatform, and they gather information, background check my ass. We needed a background check on a YouTuber? For what? You're watching fucking YouTube videos. You mean you need a background check on some fucking asshole making YouTube videos? That's really bizarre. But doxing and deplatforming. Now, Kraut can change his mind later on. He can say that he did things differently. He can try to pull he said Discord server was doing its own thing, but there are screen caps out there. We're talking to David Rat and others about trying to pass the information along to SJW. And even Shitrat himself said in those screen caps, I'm not going to do something. He disavowed him and said he wasn't going to do something like that. But this is a skeptic, deplatforming and doxing people. So that kind of brings us up to the present. So what's going on? So Ralph gets deplatformed. Here's the Wall Street Journal. It's coming in to take him out. They get him off of YouTube. They get him off of, they get the money refunded. I think his PayPal has been closed as well. I mean, he's getting hit all over the place. His Streamlabs. Streamlabs will get hit in this particular instance. So he moves over to Stream.me. Now, while this is going on, while Ralph is under fire from the Wall Street Journal, other interesting things are taking place with myself and Andy Morrison. So we're going to take a look at them. And I just want you to see if you can draw any parallels between what Kraut used to do and what you're going to be witnessing. Again, trying to fuck with people and get them deplatformed and doxing them. So let's start. I don't know how we want to start this. We'll start with Andy Morrison.
Bro, how come we didn't chomp down on Dwight?
As Kevin Logan put it, his milk-fed gimp was the one that started tweeting out recently, 3 or 4 days ago, talking about how Sargon had security. And in fact, this is confirmed by Sargon himself. Hopefully your Sunday's going well. All right, here we go. So David Monroe is talking, and he says essentially, "Hey, this is Sargon's Twitter, and it's at Backworldsman." So let's go see what Sargon is doing on Twitter. I wonder what Sargon's up to. This would be the account. Let's see, Mr. Anti-Bully is screen cap. Here's the picture itself, enhanced and brought up, and you can see on the timeline. This was retweeted by this account from November 2nd. And this is what he retweeted. Wow, it appears the latest Andy Worski live stream featuring the charming at the Ralph Retort had some lovely donations via YouTube Super Chat system. I have no idea why, and this is at Wall Street Journal, would investigate the crowd of lovable scams. Sure hope the FBI doesn't catch wind though. Party poopers. So in the midst
we have a little time to watch
the Ralph Retort being driven off of YouTube's
cinematic
platform,
with
being made to go over to Stream Me.
What's his name?
Having all his monetization ripped from him, getting his shit smeared in the press. Here's Sargon of Akkad on an alternate Twitter account that he himself is verified, that V is verified, retweeting somebody who's screen capping evidence of outrageous super chats and trying to send that to the Wall Street Journal. All right, they're taking in the Wall Street Journal while this is all going on. Hey, look at what's going on at Andy Worski's chat. He associates with the Ralph Retort. Be a real shame if somebody took a look at this evidence and maybe incorporated it in another article. Be a shame if somebody did some follow-up with it. Now, just to verify that this is in fact Sargon of Akkad, this is from a live stream he did where he basically says, yeah, that's me.
Backworldsman 1. If you can find it.
It's just it's just
Is that publicly you? I thought you were trying to do that.
it's a Twitter account with like 100 followers. If it gets 10, I'll just create it.
What's the URL?
Backworldsman 1.
So it's fairly cut and dry. I mean, he's admitting it. This is my alternate account. V's following up saying, yeah, that's Sargon. And here he is retweeting something that's essentially taking shots at somebody and maybe fucking with them. Maybe taking away their livelihood. Yes, chat, he is a snake. Now, this is a really weird angle because Ralph Retort got taken down via the super chats and what was going on in his chat. Here's Sargon retweeting somebody trying to do that to Andy Worski. Well, it wasn't just Ralph, and it wasn't just Andy Worski that had this weird shit come up with super chats. Over the course of the last couple of days, the Quarter Pounder, one of the Dawn's capos, began to contact me on Twitter. And he went on this long tirade saying, Jim, you're afraid to stream, you're afraid of your audience, you're afraid of the super chats. You need to stream right now. And then he started making really bizarre comments, and I'm going to share one of them with you that happened to be screen capped. He deleted a lot of these the very next day because he didn't like the reaction that he was getting, and we'll take a look at the stream that I did with him as well. But let me pull this up from the Quartering. If I have it saved here. Find it. Hold on one moment. Should be more prepared, but I'm just so goddamn lazy, chat. I can't help myself. You know what? While I'm looking for this, I'm gonna give you a pretty picture to look at. Do you guys like Star Wars? Do you like Star Wars? Shirtfat Otaku loves Star Wars. He cosplays every year as a Star Wars character. Can you guess which one? Take a look at that. That's beautiful. It's beautiful and bold. It's lovely. It's very brave. It's very brave. It's a great fucking outfit. He looks like he fits right in. Fits right in there. Good job. Okay, here we go. Pull that down. I don't want to burn your retinas by looking at Tubby there. All right, this is what he had said. This is one of the things that he'd said after repeatedly trying to goad me into streaming. While, and again, remember, Ralph got taken down for super chats. Apparently Sargon is retweeting people trying to get the Wall Street Journal with screen caps about Andy Worski streaming to try to get him targeted. And now here's the Quartering, another one of their little groups, sending out shit like this. This was the Quartering. On the left-hand side, you can say, Quartering's like, you need to stream, you need to stream, you need to stream. And then when I finally address him and say, well, I'll come on stream with you, he says, sounds good, let me know when you're live so I can get my 1488 super chats ready. And this is something he had done the entire fucking evening. It's really bizarre. It's really bizarre that all of this entire group of people are all doing the same thing. They're trying to use an avenue to get people deplatformed, and I think that's fairly out there, and I think that's fairly obvious if you look at it. Now, Sargon could say, well, it's just a joke. I'm just joking, taking in the Wall Street Journal. The Quartering's just joking, saying he's going to do 1488. Until, the Quartering sobers up the next day and deeply regrets what he did. For, I don't know, blowing the gay ops, maybe? I'm not sure exactly why the Quartering changed his mind, but deletes all of those things. Let me see if I can find it. Now,
Scorn on his face.
どうなった？
やばい。
よう遅かったな。
田畑優衣、この人が。
病。あんたここで何するつもりだったんだ？
ここに来たってことはそれなりに調べは済んでるんだろう。
復讐するつもりだったのか、その人に。随分手前勝手な話じゃねえかよ。勝手に惚れて手出した挙句旦那さん殺して逆恨みもいいとこじゃねえか。
そうだな。返す言葉もね。
なんだよ、ちっと反論しろよ。てめえがそんなケチなやつかよ。
なんだよそりゃ。難しいな富澤君。アルツハイマーだそうだ。57のはずなんだけどな。若年性ってほどじゃねえがだいぶ早い。俺のことなんてまるで覚えちゃいねえみてえだよ。
ああ、
30年前か。当時の姉さんはそりゃ派手な人でな。買い物1回で数百万は当たり前。そんで毎晩シャンパンタワー建ててたよ。俺らが血眼になって稼いでも焼け石に水。ほんと困った人だった。でも惚れちまった。こればかりはどうしようもねえらしい。
あんたがベタ惚れか。らしくねえな。
らしくねえことをしちまうのが人間ってものらしい。姉さんの奔放さを親父は黙認してた。だが男を作るとなっちゃ話は別だ。姉さんはよりによって組の頭とできちまってな。遠からず親父にも気づかれる。そんな折に目つけられたのが俺だった。姉さんは俺が惚れてることなんてとっくにお見通しだった。二人きりで呼び出されて言われたよ。頭との仲が知られたらきっと自分は殺される。だから先に親父を始末してくれ。バカだよな。どうやったらそんな頼みを聞こうと思う。
Dude, give me a game with Yamai, dude. Yamai and Sagawa. That's what I want. That's the game I want.
万に一つでも。そうすりゃ姉さんが振り向いてくれるんじゃないか。20歳そこらの若造はそう思ったらしい。姉さんの立てた計画はこうだ。当日組長室の親父に話があるって。俺を付き添いにして姉さんが入る。頭の剣をあえて出して激高した親父が姉さんに手出そうとしたところを俺が正当防衛の手で殺す。警察にも組の連中にも俺のことは姉さんが守ってくれる。そういう約束だった。けど実際はまるで違った。俺が親父を殺したのを確認すると姉さんが急に服を乱して部屋を飛び出した。病が親父を殺した挙句自分を襲おうとしたってな。
なんだよそれ。じゃああんたは
まんまとはめられたってわけだ。いや、はめられたってのも違うな。ああなるってのは分かりきってたことだ。 殺と組の追ってから逃げてる間、一度だけ姉さんの様子を見に行ったことがある。親父が死んでまだ間もない頃だってのに人目もはばからず頭とイチャついてたよ。そう思えばあの時からだったな。寒気が止まらなくなったのは、俺は目の前の何もかもから逃げ出したくなって国を飛び出した。
それが事件の真相ってことか。
信じる信じないは好きにしてくれ。
そこまでされたんならよ、なんであんたこの人をただぼーっと見てたんだよ。殺す時間はあったんじゃねえのか。
ここに来るまではそれもありかと思ってたんだけどな。
もう朝ごはんの時間？
けどなんだかバカバカしくなっちまった。なんだろうな、とっくに勝ち逃げされたんだなって気持ちかね。さてと、話はこんなところだ。お前らもこんなところで油売ってる場合じゃねえだろう。
まったくだ。誰かさんのおかげで随分時間を食っちまった。やっぱり俺の直感は正しかったな。
Oh, Cosgo, we love you, dude.
あんた、やっぱり貧乏くじをてめえで引きに行くタイプだって。
口の減らねえやつだ。
Real recognize real, dog.
意外だった。あんたがこんなに自分のこと話すなんてよ。
俺もだ。言い訳したくなったのかもな、お前らには。さあ、あの刑事さんをこれ以上待たせちゃ悪いな。俺は先に行くぜ。
ねえ、暖房つけてくださらない？ここ冷えるわ。
Oh, she got super cold too. Both of their blood ran cold. I love that. I didn't realize that the first time, but yeah, that shows that they were both soulmates, essentially. Or it's either that, or now she carries his curse.
Yeah.
Or she's carrying the burden now.
ああ、もう寒くね。
かっこつけやがって。
まあ、かっこよかったな。
Yeah.
だな。
Dude, Himai's the man. All right. Come back later on tonight to finish this. Till then, wait, something else. I said, man, what the heck? What the heck? I said, till then.